Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're stripping back the drywall a bit to look at a piece of infrastructure that, usually gets ignored.
Until it fails.
Exactly. We're analyzing the Kramer BCLS-21. Now, on paper, this just looks like a 1,000-foot spool of Cat6 cable.
But it's really not. If you actually look at the specs from Kramer and HDTVSUPPLY, this is less about just connecting a laptop and more a case study in engineering choices.
Engineering choices.
Yes, specifically around fire safety and signal geometry. It's what separates the basic commodity gear from real professional infrastructure.
Okay, let's unpack that. So that's our mission today. Figuring out the difference between a cable that just works and one that's truly engineered for safety and integrity.
And looking at these data sheets, the most interesting part isn't even the copper.
It's the jacket.
It's the jacket, the low smoke, zero-halogen rating, or LSHF.
Most of the cheap cables you'd buy are just wrapped in PVC, right? Which is fine until it's not.
And not fine in this case means a fire. That's the critical distinction. Standard PVC, you see, it contains halogens.
Chlorine, specifically.
Right, so when that PVC burns, it doesn't just make smoke. It releases hydrogen chloride gas.
And when that gas hits moisture, say, the water in your eyes or your lungs,
it becomes hydrochloric acid.
So it's not just a smoke hazard, it's an active chemical hazard.
Exactly, and for the IT folks listening, there's another risk. That same acetic gas is incredibly corrosive to electronics.
Oh, wow.
A small fire in one room could literally corrode the servers in your data center just through the HVAC system. This LSHF jacket, it just eliminates that risk entirely.
So it's basically an insurance policy for the building's entire nervous system. Okay, so let's look at the nervous system itself. We're talking Cat6 23 AWG.
Which is worth pointing out. A lot of budget Cat6 is 24 gauge. This one, the BCLS-21, uses 23 gauge solid bare copper. It's just that little bit thicker.
Less resistance, better signal over distance.
Precisely, and that plays right into the bandwidth specs.
I saw that. Standard Cat6 is rated for 250 megahertz, but Kramer lists a sweep frequency up to 600. Why? Why test it that high?
It's all about headroom. Think of it less like a speed limit and more like structural integrity for the signal. By testing it way up to 600, they're proving the cable holds up well beyond the baseline.
So when your network is under a heavy load, you aren't right on the edge of failure, you have a buffer.
You have a huge buffer. It prevents packet loss when things get saturated. And a big part of that stability comes from the internal architecture.
You mean the cross filler?
Yes, that little plastic divider running right down the center.
Separating the four twisted pairs of wires.
And that's absolutely vital. At these high frequencies, the signals in the wires want to interfere with each other. That's crosstalk. The filler physically forces them apart.
It locks them in place.
It locks them in place. So even if you bend the cable around a corner, that geometry stays rigid. The signal stays clean.
Which brings us to the actual install. Because you can have the best specs in the world, but if the installer nicks a wire while stripping the jacket, the whole run is shot.
That's the human factor in the design. They thought of that. There's an internal rip cord. You just pull a cord, and it slices the jacket clean from the inside out. No knife, no risk of scoring the copper.
And they also mentioned the Relax 2 carton.
Which sounds like marketing fluff, I know, but if you've ever fought with a cable reel that keeps snagging, you know it matters. It's a payout system designed so the cable doesn't twist or tangle as you pull.
Plus the sequential markings. Every meter.
A huge inventory helper. You look at the cable, you see 200 meters remaining, and you know exactly if you have enough for the next job. No guesswork.
So it really is a tightly integrated package then. You get the 600 megahertz sweep for performance, the cross filler for signal integrity,
and that zero-halogen jacket for safety. It really frames cabling as a safety discipline, not just an IT utility.
It definitely shifts the perspective. We spend so much energy worrying about Wi-Fi speeds and firewalls. But here's the thought I want to leave you with. Is the physical matter inside our walls designed to protect us? Or is it just waiting to become a toxic variable in an emergency?
That's the question to keep in mind for your next install.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll catch you on the next one.